tutorial session today. I am Tutor Jolie.
I am Tutor Rose-Ann. Join us as we explore the world of mathematics.
We are now in the second quarter of a school year. Isn't it too fast, Tutor Rose-Ann?
Indeed, the day passed very quickly, but we are still here and ready to help our students in their studies at home.
Yes, so our lesson for today is about approximating measurement.
But before we proceed to our discussion, let us first acknowledge and thank the Soxargen region for allowing us to use their modules as our reference.
Thank you. Our objective for today is approximate the measures of quantities, particularly length, width, mass, volume, time, angle, and temperature and rate. Before we proceed to our discussion, let us try to answer this. Rearrange the letters of the following highlighted terms to complete the sentence. Number 1. To block means to give a particular number to a particular characteristic of a person, an object, or a concept. When measurements are made, they are expressed quantitatively as numbers. The answer is measure. Did you get the same answer? Very good.
Okay, number 2. The blank is the term used for identifying the size of an object by the distance from end to end, or commonly referred to as the longest dimension of an object. What is that? That would be the length.
For number 3, blank refers to the amount of matter and object. As is the answer. Yes, the answer is mass.
Okay, number 4. It is the gravitational force acting on an object. What is that? Okay, if your answer is weight, good job.
For number 5, is the amount of space an object occupies. In the container, it is considered to be the capacity of the container. What is the answer?
The answer is volume.
Yes, very good.
Number 6. It is the ongoing and continuous sequence of events taking place in succession from past to the present to the future. What is that? That would be, yes, the time.
For number 7, block was derived from the Latin word angulus, which means corner. It is a figure formed when two rays share a common endpoint, called the vertex. What is the answer? Exactly. The answer is angle.
Okay, next. It is the measurement of the degree of hotness or coldness of an object or a substance. And that is temperature. You got it right.
For number 9, blank is the ratio between two related quantities in different units. What is the answer? Yes, It is great.
Okay, approximating. When we say approximating, it also means estimating. So it is giving a number which is close to the actual but not completely accurate or exact.
Can you give an example of estimating, Tutor Roseanne?
Okay, an example of this is telling the size of someone's shoes. For an instance, you're going to give me a pair of shoes as a gift. Without asking my size, you will just estimate. Can you give your estimation about my shoe size, Tutor Jolly?
I think 7 to 8 inches, Tutor Roseanne.
You are good in estimating, Tutor Jolly, because it is 7. Okay, another example is telling the amount of salt to put in cooking the dish. Okay. Accuracy of measurement depends on two factors. So first is the skill of a person doing the measurement. So this can be developed through constant practice. And the second one is the precision of instrument used in measuring. So this is totally dependent to the measuring device.
We have two different systems of measurement. First, in the metric system, which became the most used system of measurement worldwide. So here we have the common prefixes used in the metric system that I know you are all familiar of. Which prefix has its own factor as shown in the table?
Another system for measurement is the English system. Since Philippines used to be a colony of United States, earlier Filipinos were taught in the use of English system instead of metric system. But now we have already adopted the metric system as the official system of measurement. The metric system of measurement is easier to use than the English system since its conversion factors would consistently be in the decimal system, unlike the English system of measurement where units of length have different conversion factors.
The General Conference on Weights and Measures was tasked to define the different measurements. And so, the International System of Units released, which is now being used by majority of the countries, with the biggest exemption being the United States of America. In both English and metric system, there is a basic unit for length: mass, volume, time, temperature, and angle. Though these basic units are still widely used, the adaptation of the international system of units will serve its purpose, which is to provide the same values of measurements wherever it is performed.
Okay, think of this. When a Filipina is described as 1.7 meter tall, would she be considered tall or short? How about if she is described as 5 feet and 7 inches tall? Would she be considered tall or short? Chances are you will find it difficult to answer the first question. For the second question, a Filipino with a height of 5 feet and 7 inches would be considered tall by Filipino standards.
That's correct, Tutor Roseanne, because in the first question, the given is in the unit of meter, which is not commonly used unit for height, though it uses metric system, because here in the Philippines, we used to use the unit feet, which is an English system for height.
Exactly, Tutor Jody.
Let's have this. Anna plans to buy plants and vermicast at nearby garden shop, but has a vehicle with limited weight capacity of 800 kilograms for the items to be bought. If the sacks of vermicast weighs 250 kilograms and each plant weighs approximately 4.5 kilograms, what is the maximum number of plants that Anna can buy and transport regardless of the size?
Okay, for step 1, we have to find the available capacity the vehicle can hold. Okay, so that would be capacity minus the weight of vermicast. So we have 800 kilogram as the capacity minus 250 kilogram as weight of vermicast. So that would be 550 kilogram.
For step 2, we're going to divide 550 kilogram divided by 4.5 kilogram per plant is equals to 122.22, approximately 122. Therefore, 122 is the maximum number of plants that Anna can buy and transport.
Okay, let's have another example for volume. A rectangular container van needs to be filled with identical cubical balikbayan boxes. If the container van's length, width, and height are 16 feet, 4 feet, and 6 feet respectively, while each balikbayan box has an edge of 2 feet, what is the maximum number of balikbayan boxes that can be placed inside the van? So here we are talking about volume, which is the amount of space and objects occupied. In container, it is considered to be the capacity of the container. Okay, for the step 1, we have to find first the volume of the van. So V van or V sub van for volume of the van is equals to length times width times height. And that would be 16 feet times 4 feet times 6 feet, and that is 384 feet cubed. That would be the volume of the van. Did you get the same answer? Very good.
Okay, let's do the second step. The second step, volume of the box. V box is equals to edge raised to 3. Substitution, 2 feet cubed is equals to 8 feet cubed. Good job for those who got the correct answer. For those who did not, don't worry. There is still another chance. For step 3, number of boxes is equals to volume of van over volume of the box. Substitution, 384 feet cubed over 8 feet cubed. And the answer, 48 boxes. Angle. In estimating measurement of angle, we did to recall the different kinds of angles such as number 1, acute angle. Angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees. Number 2, right angle. Angle whose measure is exactly 90 degrees. For number 3, obtuse angle. Angle whose measure is more than 90 degrees.
Okay, let us estimate this. Estimate the measurement of the angle below. Use your protractor to check your estimate. So what do you think is the measurement of this Angle. How about you, Tutor Jolly? What do you think is the measurement of this angle?
I think Tutor Rosan is 55 degrees.
55 degrees. Okay, now so let us now use a protractor to know the real measurement of this angle. Okay, so by looking at this angle, okay, we can see that this angle measures 56 degrees. Too close to your estimation, Tutor Jolly. Too close. Okay. Next is the temperature. Let's have an example for temperature. Zale, a Cebu resident, was packing his suitcase for his trip to New York City the next day for a 2-week vacation. He Googled New York weather and found out the average temperature there is 15 degrees Celsius. Should he bring a sweater? What data should Zale consider before making a decision? The average temperature in Cebu is 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. Since the average temperature in New York is 15 degrees Celsius, Zale should probably bring a sweater since the latter's temperature is way below the temperature he used to. So better yet, he should bring a jacket just to be safe. Okay, next is time or rate. An airplane bound for Beijing took off from the Ninoy Aquino International Airport at 11:15 a.m. Its estimated time of arrival in Beijing is 15:55 hours. The distance from Manila to Beijing is 2,839 kilometers. Okay, first question. What time in standard time is the plane supposed to arrive in Beijing? There are two types of notation in stating time. First is the 12-hour notation or the standard time. And the second one is the 24-hour notation or what we call the military time. So in this notation, 1 p.m. is expressed as 1300 hour and 5:30 p.m. is expressed as 1730 hours. Okay. So again, the question, what time in standard time is the plane supposed to arrive in Beijing? So the given estimated time of arrival is 15:55 hour. So if we're going to convert it in standard time, that would be 3:55 p.m.
For number 2 question, how long is the flight? We're going to subtract 15:55 hours minus 11:15 hours. That should be, the answer is 4 hours and 40 minutes or 4.67 hours.
Okay, how about question number 3? Okay, what is the plane's average speed? Okay, so speed is being asked. To get the speed, we have the formula S is equals to D over T. So D stands for distance and T stands for time. Okay, so the distance is 2,839 kilometers over the time 4.67 hours. And that would be 607.92 kilometers per hour. So did you get the same answer? Grade 7? Very good. So for those who did not get the right answer, don't worry. I know you can get it the next time. Okay, so those are some examples in estimating measurement.
Okay, try this. Determine a practical SI unit for each of the following. For number 1, length of a provincial road. Yes, it is kilometer. For number 2, total area of a farm. Yeah, square meter. For number 3, the mass of a baby? And that is kilogram. Number 4, the volume of a small pail of water. That is liter. For number 5, the mass of 24-carat bracelet. That is gram. And number 6, a bottle of juice drink. And that millimeter. Number 7, the length of wire of a phone charger. And that is meter. Let's have a recap of what we have discussed today. The International System of Units, or SI, has 7 base units comprised of the following. We have length, time, amount of substance, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, and mass.
For accuracy of measurements depends on 2 factors. So we have the skill of the person doing the measurement, and the second one is the precision of the instrument used in measuring.
We are okay now. Choose the best approximation of temperature for the following. Number 1, a good day to go swimming. We have 15 degrees Celsius. The second one, 32 degrees Celsius. And the last one, 55 degrees Celsius. What is the answer? That is, yes, it is 32 degrees Celsius.
Number 2, what is the approximation of temperature for a feverish condition? Is it 29 degrees Celsius, 33 degrees Celsius, or 38 degrees Celsius? What do you think? The answer is very good. That is 38 degrees Celsius.
For number 3, a moderate oven temperature. We have 300 degree Fahrenheit, 400 degree Fahrenheit, or 450 degree Fahrenheit. What would be the answer? What do you think? Yes, the answer is 300 Fahrenheit.
Okay, lastly, how about this? What is the best approximation of temperature for a good night to sleep? Is it 15 degrees Celsius, 34 degrees Celsius, or 58 degrees Celsius? What is the answer? Okay, very good. That is 15 degrees Celsius.
That's the end of our discussion today. We hope that you enjoy learning today.
See you all next week, and together let us all be matatalinong learners.
Bye!